Okay, gotta escape. Gotta get to the escape pod. Gotta get to the escape pod. Come on. Close. Right, airlock open. Activating timers. And yeah, it's just a platform that I built to show this thing off. While it's doing so, let's take control, hit spacebar to stop it, and then... Alright, there we go. And now we're heading back up. Come on. Now let's turn off the stupid alarm and music on my stupid little platform here. There we go. Yeah, derpy little platform. If you hadn't twigged by the time you saw the second LCD that this was basically all a staged joke, then yeah. But I assure you, this little pod is quite real. A little history on it first, and here we go. As most of you will actually know, I at my... there it is. Okay, Control V. Now let's orient it. Nope. Yes! Alright. This is the pod that Morphologis crashed down in, and if you remember my my pod reentry EVA RP from a couple of weeks ago, what I did for that was I took this pod, repaired it, changed up a couple of the small bits out of it, but I repaired it and, you know, shot it off towards the planet's surface. I just took it around to the other side and shot it off towards the planet's surface so that we landed in a completely different area. But that's all it was. I decided to revisit it since none of my other builds have actually progressed to the point where they're doing anything. At this point, I decided to revisit the whole pod and built this one, which you can see they're, you know, aside from the fact that one's in pieces and been shot up and everything, and there are differences, but they are, for all intents and purposes, the same pod, basically. Although I put the seat on the battery instead of on a platform. This one's got an antenna, an ore detector, a small reactor with no fuel, supplies enough to build, and it comes in just under what you will need for if you've got, what's it called? Derp. Okay, and we will go for the HCDS. You've got just enough parts to build those two. One of these, and... well, it doesn't matter. Either one of the solar panel smalls. You've got just enough parts to build that, and that off the sides of the thing. And with all those, it should still be able to fly around the planet quite nicely. If you can find uranium, you got a reactor there you can use to keep the battery topped up. Elsewise, you're going to have power problems very shortly with that dinky solar panel. Ain't going to do jack. This is on my workshop already, but right now it is hidden. It's not even on friends only. It's, you know, basically, yeah. But it's fully controlled. In fact, why do I have two of these? Well, simply put, so that way the third timer can actually, you know, cycle it twice as well as each of the individual engines on it, but it still hardly slows it down. You're going to have to manually do that. But yeah, it's got three different timer blocks, one for shipboard, which you saw me activate up there, you know, so it interfaces with the systems, one for the actual escape sequence, which was release docking clamps, release connector, fire engines, or activate engines. And then activate the shutdown block. The shutdown block's on a 20-second delay. So these engines will fire at full override thrust for 20 seconds unless you know, take control and shut them down early. And in fact, when you're doing a reentry, if you want to land on the planet, I'd recommend, so that way you're not stopping in high atmosphere, you just keep the override on 600 kilonewtons. That way it's just one tap away from stopping. This thing's capable of stopping itself with its payload and reaching suborbital on X1 or X10. I've play tested both, landing both on the planet under X1 and X10 for cargo capacity. And that's pretty much all there is to say about it. It's very basic. I built it not only to be a properly functioning, fully capable escape pod that'll actually chuck itself out of a ship when you activate it, but also to be an emergency lander for a super hardcore start where you're going to need the jury rig refinery, the jury rig assembler, a medium cargo container, and a small solar panel. You've got just enough supplies to do that. So, I think that's the end of this little thing here. I will bid you guys a good day, and I hope you enjoy. I hope to have actually make this public with whoever created the original. I want to credit them. So you're not going to get a link on for my workshop on this yet. Not until I get a response back from Wasted Space. I couldn't find Morphologist's email, but I found Wasted Space's. So until I get a response back from Wasted Space, I hope it's not going to be public. But keep in mind, it's a very simple build. You could probably build one yourself very easily, salvage his even, and basically modify it similar to mine. And like I said, it's got everything you need to start out with, and on a hardcore start, so long as you don't have like cyber hands activated right off the bat. So I will see you guys around. Oh yeah, like I said, I think I got distracted when I was saying that. Yeah, it will be on my workshop. It is already on my workshop, actually, but it's not going to be public until I get an answer back as to who the creator of the original is, because I want to credit the creator of the original, the pod that I just deleted there. Alright, now I will see you guys around.